Today we're going to look at some houses made by you. Each of these tours was submitted by the creator using the form in the description. And up first we've got Sugarrushh from Moonguard on plot number 28. And right off the bat you can tell that one thing this plot does is nail that tree aesthetic. This isn't just one tree sticking out the top or something like that. This house is the tree. I love the greenhouses around the sides, the way that the leaves and foliage go all the way up. Sugarrushh described it as my little Teldrassil, and I think that is a fantastic name. And on the inside, we get a showcase of some cool building concepts. I like the use of the table and other items on the top to create a custom chandelier that has this nature feel but still provides light. Down the hallway on the left, we have a fountain with this sort of enclosed nature area, kind of in a way that matches the greenhouses on the outside. And just opposite that, we have the same thing but with more of a purple lunar feel. I love how these two side areas contrast with one another. We have the bright green side and then we have the darker purple side, each with their own selection of plants and each with different sources of lighting to accentuate what is going on in either one. And then in the middle here, we've got a custom waterfall leading all the way up to a moonwell on the top. Absolutely stellar work from Sugarrushh here on plot number 28. Up next, we've got Cataclysmm on plot number 23. And Cataclysmm describes this as a small build that is still in progress. I tried to keep everything relatively simple. And I want you to keep that description in mind, because if this is work in progress, Cataclysmm is a master at this. We've got this lovely custom small little waterfall thing going on. I need to appreciate those custom stairs that go up to the top. We'll take a closer look at those a little bit later. And in the back here, past the secret bookshelf doorway, we've got this cute, cozy little side room here. I appreciate that this is a bit of an everything room. It's not necessarily a bedroom, we don't have a bed, but we do get to see a couple of desks, some chairs, and a lot of knickknacks across the walls and on the floors. But as we come out of this room, this is where we start to see why this is a masterpiece. We have seen custom stairways before, but this goes on another level. The fact that each of the little stairways is so small, such a slight walkway up, takes a lot of work to get right. And yet, if it's even possible, what's at the top of the stairs is somehow more impressive. This room here. Cataclysmm describes this solarium as the crowning achievement of the home, and I gotta say, I agree. This looks stunning. It's amazing how good this looks. I love that the windows at the top are facing us to provide lighting, while the windows at eye level are facing outwards so that we can see through them. You have to imagine how much time must have been taken to put all of the different plants out to the sides, to line up all of these windows so that it worked well. And the fact that it links to this lovely naturalistic room in the back that has more of a bedroom feel is really, really nice. It would feel so good to sleep in a room like this with these plants and the running water fountain there all around you, and then to get up and walk out into that solarium room. Cataclysmm says that this is only a level 2 house, that this was within the 1,000 item budget. Cataclysmm said they wanted to keep things simple because they knew all of this would go away when housing went live, and I gotta say, Cataclysmm, if this is keeping it simple work in progress, you are amazing! This is so good! Up next, we've got the self-described crazy warlock lady Mera from the Twisting Nether on plot number 37. And right away, I love this enclosed fence area. I feel like we don't see this often enough. Like, sure, yeah, you've got the entire plot to deal with, but there is something super nice and satisfying about walling off a section of the plot to make it feel like this whole self-contained area all to your own. I appreciate the range of plants that have been shown here, by the way. We've got the traditional flowers that we've seen before, but we also have some more unique plants that we actually have not seen used in any other plot before, the ones on the side here. Mera has done some pretty clever work with the way that the door works on the normal houses, and they've incorporated this deck area into the house itself. It feels natural, the way that this extends from the home, and I love that Mera has put thought into how these places would be used. You would put a lovely little table with some tea on the side there. You would put a little viewing area at the top. And of course, you would put your outhouse out in the back there. Now on the inside, we get to the part that Mera describes as night elf but fell. And I think you can see that that comes across pretty well. These green fires here, by the way, I hadn't actually seen before. I don't know if it's from the Warlock Order Hall or from something else, but boy, do they look really nice. And I appreciate that they cast an actual green light. It doesn't just make the area brighter, it gives the sort of fell energy to it. In the middle, we also see that giant fire and the books swarming about. It's such a cool... Whoa, I didn't even know that thing came out! That's so cool! As we head up these beautiful custom-made stairs, we get to see a little bathroom with a custom toilet, and again, using the monk scroll as toilet paper. In the main room here, we've got a cozy, comfy little seating area, complete with the use of the dye system to fit this purple aesthetic. Mera has also made good use of all of their floor space. Underneath the stairs, we've got this little library/storage area here, and at the top of these stairs on the left, by the way, great work on these as well, we've got a lounge area with a hookah. Now, in the other room in the back here, we've got this cool, like, clashing of different feels together. On the left, we have this more elven table and some Pandaren items in the back. In the middle, we continue that Pandaren theme with more stuff, but then on the right here, we've got this awesome, like, fell chain going down with this cool green mood lighting by these very ominous chairs and tables. I appreciate the attention to detail in the private cooking area in the back here. We've got something actively cooking on the stove, we've got all the little items and knickknacks, and of course a sink there to be used by the chefs. And on the other side, we've got a new word that some of you have been teaching me in the comments. I believe it's called a pan tree, where you grow the cookware for all of the different cooking that you'll be doing at the stove. Really nice work. Now, as if all of that on its own wasn't cool enough, Mera shows here something completely unique. Mera has actually made a working basement. In the back here, we can take these small side stairs down where we see a little bit more of some ominous things included here, as well as this beautiful spiral staircase into this private room with everything dyed purple. And it even includes a little bedroom in the back here, complete with a whole assortment of, let's say enjoyment devices. Let's put it that way. And as we come back up, you're probably thinking to yourself, it's time to head on to the next one. And that's what I thought too. But then Mera looks up, and oh boy, do we have more in store. Up the stairs, we get to see another bedroom, complete with that cool energy purpley stuff that we get from Sugarrushh. In the middle room on the second floor here, we've got a lovely bath area, complete with a custom-made toilet, of course, and something that we hadn't seen before, a cool sauna room. And in the final room on this floor, past the paintings that you can get from the Blood Elf Endeavor, is this masterwork arts room. You can see a couple desks here. There's an easel set up for painting. I am enamored with how Mera has included on the side here a place to wash your tools when you're done with them. It gives the impression that the creator here is not just a fan of this type of artwork, but is someone who has engaged with it themselves because they thought of everything. On our way up to the final room, you'll recognize that red orb if you've ever done ICC, but I don't think it actually comes from ICC. And at the top, we get this satisfying, relaxing area with this purple energy crystal at the top and some books floating about. This house, I mean, I'm gonna need to eat a second thesaurus in order to find the words to describe how bountiful this home is. Thank you so much for submitting this. Up next, we've got Justie on plot number 27. First, what a smashing idea to use these elven furniture items clipped into the floor to create your walkway. I love how you knew what feeling you wanted for your walkway and you knew how to make it. I'm also pretty enamored with how well you have managed to merge this side area with the rest of your house. The marble walkway over to the fountain, but also this enclosed side area here. I love the feeling of this side area. There's such a distinguished taste to all of it, as though you're not just entertaining friends, you're entertaining guests, people of status, people who are used to a certain level of fashionability. And as we come to the left here, we can see the gazebo we've come to expect on a lot of lots, but Justie has taken this one step further. They've done something we haven't seen before. We've got this walkway up into the gazebo, and Justie has placed all of the items perfectly so that the gazebo looks like it's resting in the tree. You've already got the stylish way that you've placed all of these plants, and yet you elevate it, both literally and figuratively. And then on the inside, we go from classy to luxurious. You already know I'm a huge fan of these sort of corner nature areas that we sometimes see in houses, but Justie here has two contrasting ones next to each other. We've got this orange plants with the fire, and then the more blue purpley plants with the moonwell. It's also quite fashionable how this divider in the middle here separates the lavish seating area from the entryway. It's little touches like that that make this home stand out. Every room has something extra, including this room here where we can see the use of this painting to make a TV. I mean, that's absolutely brilliant. Behind the secret bookshelf here, we've got a bathroom that's also kind of like an oasis. I love the way that this fountain is in the wall, how it sort of protrudes outward as though the home was built around it. We've got a custom toilet, of course. We've got multiple custom sinks, which are a great touch. And as we enter this room in the back here, we've got this ravishing facade that opens up into the side. And I call it a facade because in a way it is. Because this opens out into a daylight room, as though it opens to the outside. And I mean, what a tone shift to come from that polished, suave interior into this magnificent, expertly laid out exterior. In the back here, we've got this divine perch for this griffin here. You really feel like this griffin is taken care of. Like, it's not a workhorse to get you through the day. This is a prized griffin. You just know this thing is getting top-of-the-line care. And we've got this warm, relaxing area here where you can enjoy the outside. But more than that, we've got yet another thing we hadn't seen before, a hot tub. Justie found a way to make a hot tub for their home. And I gotta say, we have seen so many good homes before, but I don't know if a home has ever made me as jealous as Justie's home here. I feel actual envy that I can't live in a home like this. What a level of decadence that you must enjoy if you were someone who could live in a place like this. I mean, actual royalty. Now on the opposite end of the home, we've got the kitchen area. And we can see it continues that refined sumptuousness of the rest of the home. I like how there's an elven fireplace for the guests, and yet in the back there's a separate fire for the chef. And the little touches are rather modish as well. We've got all of these little spice boxes on the top there, and what I believe to be a cutting board on the side. A great attention to detail. And as we come to the top, we can see the opulent bedroom for the grand, high-class person that must be living here. It's another great use of the room dividers to create that separation that maintains the sophistication. And of course, it wouldn't be a high-class bedroom without your own fully furnished bathroom. And as a little extra touch you don't normally see in these, there's even a towel in the corner there, I believe created using a curtain that's been clipped into the floor. Justie's home here is living the opulent, cultured life that we could only dream of. Alright, we're gonna finish things off with a more traditional showcase with Nujabes on plot number 2. And this is the ogre of homes because this home has got layers. On the outside here, we can see that all of these plants have created this unique framing for the home. In much the same way that a level designer might block off sightlines that they don't want you to see, here Nujabes has made sure that the sightlines all work with the home that they have. In fact, as we appreciate this solemn grave area to the side here, I actually think it's the framing that is my favorite part of the outside of this plot. We've seen a couple houses before incorporate night elf items to give a night elf vibe to the outside of their home, but here we can see that Nujabes has made sure that we can only see the parts that they want us to. That we can only see the elvish part of the home. And in that way, they've managed to perfect the feeling of the night elf home. It looks like this really is an exterior option that you've been given. And on the inside, this is just knockout after knockout. It gets better the more time we spend here. First, I love how the opening of the home gives you the feeling of like taking your shoes off when you enter a home, you know? We've got all of these weapon racks across the sides as though like you come into this home and you set your things down. That night elf bar to the side there is more than alluring, and we'll get to that in just a moment, but first, of course, let's appreciate the other fine details of this room. I like the use of the divider here to make this fireplace area feel more cozy, to feel more locked away on its own. Across the side, we can see the incorporation of plenty of different small items, including the Paladin Tome. But when we come back around to the Night Elf bar here, I mean, this is absolutely debonair. Not only do we have these Night Elf banisters going up to create the separation, but we can see that they have stocked the top of it with different barrels, and that the main bar itself is completely unique. We've never seen the tabletops like that before. In the back here, we've got a fully furnished pantry where you can imagine many different pieces of pots and pans and other cookware are growing to be used by the chef, and it even includes a little fireplace in the middle there, as though you could use it to cook, or maybe it's just for warmth. And if we can bear to take our eyes off of that Night Elf bar for just a moment, we can see this next room here, and whoa! Spiral staircases that go up the banister, the Warden Owl in the middle as a centerpiece with the monk item behind it to create the cherry blossom feeling. The library area in either corner helps to provide a refined feel to the whole piece. It complements the idea that elves are not just aesthetic, they're intelligent, they're well-read. Coming up the round staircases, we get yet another arresting view as we come through. Combining that dragon fountain with the elvish fountain below, the moonwell on the ceiling with these swirling books around it. What a magnificent way to communicate the magic that they're going for in this area. And as we come past the Warden Owls, we get to see another main centerpiece room, which is gorgeous. I mean, already this feels like a place you would love to spend your time. Every corner here covered in books and different areas to lay back or sit down. The lighting in these rooms is perfected, with windows on the ceiling or the fireplace providing a warm glow. Every inch of this has been thought out. And speaking of thinking things out, look at that! Sitting on the fireplace by perfectly clipping a chair into the fireplace so that you can sit with the perfect posture off of the side is genius. I'm definitely stealing that idea 100%. But it's actually when we take a closer look at these rooms where we can see that this house isn't just about perfect interior design. This house has got a neat trick. In the back here, behind the bathroom, we can see the back of a bookshelf door. And when we go through, we see this irresistible water area. The moonwell on the top to create the glow coming down, this large fountain with the water in between, the boat on it with this other lamppost. I mean, talk about picturesque, what a knockout room. I feel like I could just take that boat and journey onward. In fact, if we were to walk past the clever sitting on the fireplace here, we can see yet another hidden bookshelf room, and this time it's a whole lot more sinister. They've put out all of their evil items, creating this dark vibe. I especially love the use of this fell pool with the Death Knight book into the spine of the dragon bones. Oh, what a cool combination of items! I love how this is a complete 180 from the elegance of the previous room, as though the owner's got a little something darker going on, like maybe the front of the home is just that, a front for something more sinister. And I've actually saved my favorite secret room for last. If we're to go through the bookshelf door on the left, we can see the night skybox room. I actually hadn't seen anyone else use this before, and I love it. Not only does the room itself look amazing, but the fact that the only thing here is this custom spiral staircase up to a telescope so that you can look out at the stars and enjoy your view. And the thing that I keep coming back to, is that I have seen hundreds of homes, and yet there are still ones like these, ones like Mera's, like Cataclysmm, like Sugarrushh, like Justie, that are able to just blow you away with how they've used these tools, and this isn't even live yet. This might genuinely be one of the single most revolutionary additions to this game in its history. Huge shout out to everyone in this video, and a special thanks to new channel member Stoyan W.